Good morning from Tennessee. I'm Tim Eaton, and this is Vinyl Vengeance. Uh, Renamed my YouTube channel. Needed something a little cooler than what I had. Hopefully that works. So it is October 6th, and I thought it would be cool to do a Halloween-inspired thread. Just figured I'd pick 10 albums, CDs, or records that either have a Halloween theme, which it's kind of hard to say a whole album is Halloween, but definitely there's songs, tracks on certain albums, and some that just have kind of a Halloween vibe to them, or spooky vibe. So without any further ado, I'm just going to run through some of these. Some I may not give a whole lot of information to because I don't, and y'all don't need to hear me blah, blah, blah about things that you may already know. But so the first one isn't actually a metal album, punk, but I mean, who doesn't put the Misfits and lump them in with metal? You know, Metallica and Megadeth were definitely influenced by these guys. Glenn and the boys definitely had that whole spooky horror theme going throughout most of their time as a band, and this one's got Halloween, the song. So yeah, Legacy of Brutality, had to start out with that one. Another New York band. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not sure. Yeah, well, the Misfits were Jersey, so these guys were New York. Typo Negative and October Rust. October, you know, and of course, you know, just the mood of this album, the doominess and gothicness definitely fits in great with Halloween. So out of all of their their albums, that one kind of to me was a no-brainer. Let's see, what do we want to do next? How about Iced Earth? This one I don't have, one of the few that I don't have on vinyl. Horror Show. And this one, like the Streets of London, probably going with the Jack the Ripper song. But these each song is inspired by a different character from a movie: Wolf, Damien, Jekyll and Hyde, Frankenstein, Phantom of the Opera. Just a really cool album. I definitely like to try and get that one on a colored vinyl. Next, Tankard, and this one got the name Zombie Attack. So I think this was their first full-length album, and so I was introduced to this band through a CD compilation, or actually a cassette tape. Just a bunch of their tracks, and so when this was reissued, had to jump on it, and you can obviously see the cover there. That's got some of the Hollywood horror monsters: Dracula, Wolfman. Let's see, we got Frankenstein there, and I don't know, whoever the dude is in the back with the axe, and then a skeleton. They're definitely Halloweenish. Zombie Attack would probably be, you know, the song that would be most Halloween related. Let's see. Next, we'll go with Death SS, which I'm not really super familiar with the history of this band. I do have a bunch of CDs and a few records from Paul Chain, who's a guitar player, at least in the early part of this group. Definitely some gothic metal, a little bit of doom in here, and this is I think just a early mix of some of their early tracks. This is 1977 to 84, so that would be some mixed tracks throughout their career. You can see the guys there dressed up like ghouls and monsters. Arachnid. This is maybe a thrash speed metal band, I believe from Portland, Oregon, and they only had one release, and it was 1992, and this was re-released by Stormspell Records in 2012. Cool little obscure band, and some of the album titles: Beyond Torment, Webs of Doom, The Phantom, Reaper Within, A Water Burial. So definitely a lot of horror, spooky themes to that one. All right, next, a band that I love, October 31st. Kind of a, I don't know if you'd want to call them a spin-off band of Deceased, a death metal band, but King Fowley, Deceased was his band, and he created this band to be more traditional metal. So they do a lot of great covers of some traditional 80s metal bands. On this particular EP, they've got Give 'Em the Axe by Lizzie Borden. Cool stuff. And yeah, some of the titles: Voyage to Infinity, Servants and Slaves, Visions of the End, The Legend of the Haunted Sea. So definitely, how could you not connect this with Halloween, October 31st? Okay, Madrost. And this one is Into the Aquatic Sector. This is a California group, maybe a little death metal, some thrash mixed in. Kind of hard to pigeonhole them, but I've got a few of their albums, and just a really cool band. Maybe not super well known, but they've got maybe 3 or 4 studio albums and a bunch of, some live, and some albums with just early, maybe demos and stuff. So there's quite a few out there, but if you're going to check them out, you want to get one of the studio albums. This would be a great one to start with. And some album titles or song titles: The Unknown, Frozen Beneath the Snow. Let's see. Oh, I can't even pronounce that one. I'll skip on that. Into the Aquatic Sector, the album title. Universal Energy. Yeah, just and that cover, like, the glare's not too good there, but kind of has a Lovecraft kind of look to it. Just spooky, aquatic, kind of some creatures mixed in there in the picture. So I figure, yeah, that one could definitely fit in with the Halloween theme. All right, I've got 2 more, and both of these bands have a connection with the singer, and that would be King Diamond. And most people would probably go for the first 2 of the Merciful Fate albums, but this one to me just had great storytelling in it. This is In the Shadows, and this was their reunion. I believe it came out in 1993, and I love it. Love all the tracks on here. Bell Witch, The Old Oak, Shadows, A Gruesome Time, The 13 Invitations, Room of the Golden Heir, Legend of the Headless Rider. It just screams Halloween. And look at that cover. It's like an old-time horror film. Love it. And then my last one, just nothing will ever touch this as far as King Diamond and Merciful Fate doing an album that just has horror running through it. His vocals, I know a lot of people, you either love King Diamond's vocals or you hate him. I don't think there's any in between, but Abigail is beyond a classic. I'm not going to go into the details of the story, but it's a horror film in an oral format, just in music. The band, especially the guitar playing, Andy LaRocque and Michael Denner, phenomenal. You can't do any better than this. I mean, it holds up to all the classics, early Metallica and Megadeth and Anthrax, and this is, I don't know, I've never heard anybody refer to it as horror metal, but it's definitely you know, maybe some aspects of thrash in there, but it's just great traditional heavy metal. So let's see, just under 10 minutes, and that was the 10. So if any of you out there are inspired, want to do your own 10 Halloween inspired, Halloween related albums, I guess it doesn't have to be heavy metal, but probably more likely to find those themes in heavy metal. So hope you all have a great week. Be well, and till next time, peace.